we're going to talk about the basics of getting your business up and running. And I'm not an accountant or a lawyer, but this is just general advice that I want to give you if you're starting a business. So a few things that you'll need when you're starting out is an employer identification number by the federal government for your taxes. So if you're selling a product, if you're getting it tax-free, you need to sell it utilizing sales tax. And first thing is to apply for your employer identification number, or EIN, and you can use that using irs.gov and apply it. It doesn't take very long. It takes just a few weeks at most. I think when I applied, it was a long time ago. It only took me a day or two. But you can also, you also need to apply for a sales tax ID in the state that you're living in. So for example, in Texas, you go to the state comptroller's office and you apply with them to get your sales tax ID that basically, and you have to show this in your place of business or wherever you are, or if you're at a home, display it in your office, that you are able to charge sales tax, and that's what gives you the ability to charge sales tax. And you will need to do that most likely quarterly to the government, and that's something that you need to keep in mind. The other thing is, after we do all this and you've got your business register, you have your EIN, your tax ID number, it's a good idea to also apply for a DBA or whatever brand name you're planning on doing business in locally, and it's usually about $15, not very much, just to get that name out there. And if you have a brand that you want to stick with, then you can get that trademark, and you can actually get that done. And a trademark for your brand is where it has basically the registered symbol under it, and you're going to have to go to the uspto.gov, or you can have other services that will help you through this process. For example, LegalZoom is a credible service that you can use. I've used them before for trademarking your brand. If you know that you have a niche or product line within a niche that you want to sell, and you'll be using it. It's fairly expensive. It's about $400. It's usually over $400 if you hire one of these services to do it, and I think it's like $270 or $300 if you're going to go directly through the USPTO at this point. And it's worth it if you have a product line that is selling well, that's in a niche that basically allows you to have an asset that you can eventually sell if you want to in the future. You now have a brand and a product line that have a name to it. It's not just generic products that you're selling, it's actually registered. And you can still private label products without this brand name, so you don't have to get it at first. It can be something that you generally want to do later on after you're making a ton of sales and making a ton of money. Then that's when you want to look into branding. So when we're starting out, the first thing, or not the first thing, but the next thing that we want to look into is creating a logo. And a lot of people will do this on Fiverr, and you can do this at Logo Design. And I do not agree with this, because I want to have the best design possible, and you can get some good designs done on Fiverr, but to get that highest quality, I always am willing to pay a little bit more, because if you're paying for something at $5, you're going to get something that's worth $5. In general, you can pay to have several of these $5 and find out which one you like best, but the service that I use is 99 Designs, and it's really expensive compared to other products, but you get so much better designs, and you get to choose which one, because on Fiverr you only get one design, and you have to go back if you don't like it, or hire somebody else, or keep working with the same designer to get what you want. And on 99 Designs, you can generally get about 30 designs for $2.99. I always go with this $2.99. The rest of them are, I think, a bit overpriced for me. But you can usually get between 20 to 30 designs that are from high-quality professional designers that you get to choose from. And it's worked for me time and time again. And so this is a service I like to use. You can also check out Elance for logo design. I haven't really used this that much. I use 99 Designs. I love it. But Elance is where you can hire individually. And again, the benefit of 99 Designs is that you're working with several designers and get to choose the best one instead of just working with one designer. And so it's important that you have a high quality logo, because it's the logo that you're going to use to display your brand on your products and private label your products, and it's going to allow you to eliminate competition from selling on your product listing, as well as to create an asset that you can eventually trademark and have a real business that sells. Basically, this is the differentiating factor between those people that just make a few sales and those people that make a lot of sales. This is one of those details that can help do that, is just through private labeling using your logo.